Welcome to Allie's Attic, where you never know what kind of surprise you'll find in my attic. I'm your host, Allie, and today my surprise is an EDM rock artist with an incredible story. Please welcome Toggo Ultrarock. Hello, Toggo.
Hey, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Oh, I'm fabulous, thanks.
Okay, so your bio blew me away, just so you know. The story is unbelievable. So you were born and raised in Norway, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And when did you come to the United States?
I came here in my late teens.
And then did you, form a band right away as soon as you came here?
Well, when I came originally, I went to school. I went to music school, and then shortly thereafter, I started playing in bands, yeah.
And one of them was Scared of Girls, which did exceptionally well.
Yeah, that was my baby, Scared of Girls. We kind of ruled Hollywood for a while.
Yeah, and apparently your outlandish PR stunts and high-energy concerts set a whole new standard for bands in Hollywood. Now, you're at the brink of a national breakthrough with that band. And then something very strange happened. I want you, without, because I know you've got a book in the works too, Rock and Roll Virus, which chronicles all of this. But basically kind of tell us what happened.
Yeah, it's a crazy story, and if you had 3 hours, I would tell you the whole story. But I try to condense it as much as I can. Everything was going good. Mm-hmm. But the shortest way I can fit it under 3 hours is I was pulled into a scam that I didn't know was a scam, and it was very untraditional. I don't even think it qualified as a scam. Anyways, I was pulled in. My best friend was pulled in. My family, several other people, and it was kind of like a brainwashing thing where eventually I kind of disappeared. I ended up disappearing from the world for 8 months, and no one knew where I was. Where I really was in a hotel on Ventura Boulevard in Studio City, right over the hill from Hollywood, kind of like in hiding, being fed the story that is just beyond surreal, but the evidence that was served up to document that this was real was just overwhelming, so it just kept me in there, to the point where, almost a year into this, I finally realized that something wasn't right, when I kind of broke out of it, and when I did, it was devastating, because I had lived on this thing for a long time, and I realized that this wasn't true. I had lost everything that I owned. My apartment was gone. All my belongings in the apartment was gone. My car was gone. Everything, absolutely everything. The only thing that was saved is I had a really good relationship with my landlord. So, he knew that something was off when I spoke with him. He said, you wouldn't just leave your apartment like that. So, he had people just come in and throw away everything except for the important stuff. So, he kept my hard drive, my computer, my master tapes, all my guitars, my amps, all the stuff that he knew that I loved. I remember when I showed up and he gave it to me, I totally started crying because I was just so overwhelmed that he would do that, and I was obviously emotional because I had lost so much. And so there I was, in LA, everything that I had built up, including my band and everything, was just gone, and so
even your bank accounts, even your bank accounts were gone.
Oh, not just that, but I was $80,000 in debt. I mean,
Jesus.
It was money that I hadn't really spent myself. So my credit was fucked. The whole 9 yards. And then through the kindness of some people, they offered me sort of a new life in Minnesota, which I took because I had nowhere to go. I was pretty much screwed all the ways. Mm-hmm. And so I started from scratch there, and I was pissed, because I didn't know what to do. But I decided, I was like, okay, because of this thing, I'm going to make every single little dream come true that I've ever had. And I was hell bent on it. And I realized that first thing I need is funding, and so I spent years learning a whole new craft, which is basically making money online. And, I sort of became pretty masterful at it. And then, a few years ago, I had my first viral success with it. And now it's like second nature. And so I was able to create this hugely successful company. Then, I started pouring that back into my music, and that's how I was able to create, Cannonball the video. I went to Hollywood, did a whole big production, and then I ended up scoring a deal with Deep Frost, one of the production houses in Norway. The rest is kind of history,
Wow.
Because, to me, it's like the things that I created out of it, the money, the company, and the financial success and all that stuff, it doesn't really matter to me. It means nothing without the music, So that's what I'm doing now. I'm pouring it back in there, and so far it's going good.
Well, and you also took time out to raise your son, which is commendable. Now, were you a single dad?
Yeah, no, that was a big part of it. If it hadn't been for him, I would have been back in LA a lot sooner. But yeah, I'm a single dad, and that was tough. Yeah, because that was another thing that sort of got thrown on me that I found out. Minnesota is obviously a great place to raise a kid, especially up where I live. That's how I ended up here, and now we are where we are.
Well, I love your determination, and I love that you can come back from something like this and just keep going. It just blows me away. The whole story blows me away. And I know that you are, like I've already mentioned, the book Rock and Roll Virus, and it's going to chronicle everything that you went through for that 8-month experience. And then does it talk about how you've regrouped and you're on your way again to where you want to be? Does it chronicle all that, or is that just now this is what we're doing?
No, it does. And, and like I said, I made a decision, because of the messed up stuff happened to me, I'm not going to stop until I've reached all my goals. And that's the end of the book.
And that's it. And now here we start with the new chapter that's not even written. And I'm like, hats off to you, Toggo. Like, I don't think I could have come back from something like that. It's just when I read your bio, I was like, is this real? Like, what is this? Yeah. So,
well, just wait till you read the book. What happened was just so beyond surreal that, when I came out of it, I had to explain to my friends, where have you been for the last 8 months? So, I'd sit down with each of them. But after each time, I was like completely exhausted. It took me 3 hours, and I even lost some friends over it because they didn't believe the story because it's so unlikely. Did you ever see that movie, A Beautiful Mind?
Yes.
Yeah, in that movie, what makes it so amazing is like for the first hour or so, you're led to believe that all this incredibly surreal stuff is real, and then about an hour in, you find out that it turns out it wasn't real. Well, it makes that movie seem like, I don't know, Driving Miss Daisy or something, because what happened was even crazier than that. Most of it happened out of luck. The person that pulled the scam just, they couldn't believe it either after the whole thing was done. So, no, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait until the book comes out. When the book comes out, come back on my show. Because we'll plug your book as well. Because, that's going to be a good read, let me tell you. Okay, so between Deep Frost signing you to the production deal, you like raising money and getting back on your feet again and determined to start over, I've watched your video, and I've read up a lot about you because you intrigue me, if that's the right word, and your story intrigues me, but your music, I don't honestly, when people look at my website and they see this up there and they see the picture of you, and, Ultrarock, the whole thing, I was expecting crazier music, and it is so good. It's I was expecting, to be completely honest, I was expecting like kind of punk rock or something, and this EDM rock, which is basically a new music genre that it sounds like you've started, which is awesome. It's just like, I love your songs. I would have loved them if they were punk rock, but I'm just saying that's what I expected. Now, are you still going to be, as outrageous as you were when you were in the other band, or is it a little bit more laid back?
No, it's definitely not more laid back. See, I'm a rocker at heart. I live and breathe rock and roll. When when I do a live show, it's just as outrageous. My hair's probably always going to be crazy, until the day I die. And my live shows, I like to say that they get wilder and wilder and more animated, because and that's why it's not just called EDM pop; it's called EDM rock, because I do have the punk rock attitude. Like I love bands like the Sex Pistols and stuff like that. So I have an attitude of that, but I also have a deep love for electronic music, and growing up in Norway, it's all about the melodies there. So, so I'm a sucker for, for a catchy melody. So that's how it all comes together.
Well, it comes together well. And I love the Sex Pistols too. Like I would have loved it even if it was punk rock. That's what I was expecting. And when I heard it, I was like, oh my goodness. It's really good. The image, people get surprised because when they see pictures of me, they don't imagine it sounding like that. You know? Yeah, and that's exactly what it was with me. It's going to be exactly like that with people who go to my website after this and see your picture and then listen to your songs. They're going to be like, what? But it's catchy and it pulls you in, and I absolutely love it. I can't even explain to you how much I love it. Now.
Well, thanks. And it's the same thing for my band, too. After we took the pictures, we're like, wow, we really don't look the way we sound. Like when you see a picture of the band, it kind of looks like we would be on the soundtrack of Twilight or something like that.
Yeah.
But, you gotta look the way you want to look and sound the way you sound, and chips fall where they may.
Yeah, and it works for you guys. I love the look, and I love the surprise of the music. It's great. Now. You have like a lot of sing-along hooks and hang on to your seat stage persona, like we've already talked about. I want to see you in concert, just because just watching your video, just hearing your music and everything. I think you would be absolutely amazing on stage, and I would love a chance to see. So if you ever come, to Canada, let me know.
Well, I'm actually an hour and a half from the Canadian border, so it's definitely a possibility.
You're in Minnesota. I know. You're right close to me.
I live in northern Minnesota. The people tell me, it's Fargo, like the movie Fargo, except I live in a city called Moorhead, and we get invaded by Canadians every weekend. They come here to do their shopping, so yeah, it's definitely a big possibility.
Yeah, no kidding. And I'm hoping, because I have some people that do follow me in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, that book bands. Please book this band. You will not be sorry. Now. Okay, so you're just going to keep going forward, and you're coming out, are you coming out with an EP? Yeah, Ultrarock, right? It's not out yet.
No, it is out yet.
Okay.
Part of the website, I realized today, was that, the website for the press has been updated, but I realized the other part has not been updated, so I just updated it today. It came out on July 24th.
Ooh, nice and new. Okay. So everybody, please go get that. Now, because of everything that you've gone through, Toggo, is there, obviously you have some good advice for new artists that are just starting out. And I ask all my guests this because any advice is good advice. Yours especially, because of, the scam and everything that you got pulled into. What would you say to any new artists that were starting out today?
The main thing is you gotta stick to your guns. I've said this before. So many artists, they think they want to jump on the next fad, whatever's popular right now, they try to sound like this band and that band, and if you do that, you're not really going to ever win. I used to think like that, but eventually I gave it up. The main thing is people buy authenticity, and if you completely stick to your guns, do everything your way, while at the same time, you got to be aware of what's going on in the world. You can't just play for you. You have to play for the audience, too, so your music, there's a degree of obscureness where you can do it, but if you expect to play for people and make money and turn this into a living, you got to listen to that end of it, too. But the main thing is, stick to your guns. Don't sell out, because even if you don't succeed, at least you did it your way. And, people love authenticity. When I'm on stage, I don't have any fear. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I communicate with my audience. It's like making love to someone. It's amazing. And people really pick up on that. People respond, because most people, they work hard, and when they go to see a show, if they see someone up there that is animated, that is going, and they just let it all hang out. It gives them permission to do the same thing, and they leave there feeling wonderful. So, be yourself is one thing, and the other thing is obviously don't ever give up.
You know what? I have never heard that analogy before, and it fits so well. It's like making love, because wow, you know what? I'm writing that down and I'm getting it framed, just so you know. Because no, I mean, I've been in love with music ever since I was little, and I don't even watch TV. It's just music 24/7. And there are some songs that, yeah, it's exactly like that. So thank you for giving me that. That's gold. I love that. Okay.
Absolutely.
So what 2 songs are we going to hear from you?
I don't know. What 2 songs are you going to play? No one told me that.
I love how that worked. Cannonball and I Want Nothing. Those are the 2 songs. Now, Cannonball was your first single and the video that is out. Now, I Want Nothing, is there going to be a video for that one, or is it just going to be part of the EP?
No, I do want to do a video for it, but I'm still in the middle of promoting Cannonball, and,
yeah.
For everything that's worth. We have an extremely fun idea for the video of I Want Nothing. It's gonna be a blast. It's just a matter of I had an amazing director do Cannonball. He's the top guy who pretty much does everyone. He's done Hollywood Undead. He just did their video. He got like 1 million views overnight. He's done Stitched Up Heart, and he's one of the busiest guys,
yeah.
there. But he doesn't do comedy, and I Want Nothing. It's going to be a really, really funny video. So I'm looking for the right director for it. Once that happens and we're done promoting Cannonball, we're definitely going to go for that one.
Okay, well, just so you know, this isn't a one-shot deal. Like I said, if you want to come back and talk about your book, if you want to, once the video is made, I have one of my web pages is called Odds and Ends. And how that came to be was I had a lot of artists sending me their new singles and asking me to promote it. So I just throw it up on my web page and like Odds and Ends and promote it as much as I can. So if you ever need that, I'm here. If you ever have anything very, very like huge, you win an award, whatever the case may be, you can always come back. I'm always here. So you can hit me up on Twitter or whatever you want. Now, one of the things I love too, not just about the music is like making love, because that I love, you're, like you say, you're crystal clear about your goal, and it's to leave the world inspired by your music and persona. And you do that so well. And I love that that's your message.
Well, thanks. No, it really is. And, the thing is, doing that is not about, because some people would say, oh, he's a little full of himself, that's pretty lofty, but it really isn't, because what it is about is like the way that you inspire people is you have to, all you got to do to inspire people is like follow your dreams, follow your heart, be yourself, show wear your heart on your sleeve, show the world your heart, completely unafraid, and refuse to quit on your dreams. And when you do that, you become an inspiration for other people.
Yes, and you are. I think it's great, especially overcoming everything you did. I think you're definitely a survivor, and I'm so glad that you are, because otherwise we wouldn't be hearing this amazing music now.
Thanks.
Now, I want to urge everybody, you can buy your music pretty much everywhere people download on online music, right?
Yep.
Okay. And also, your website will be up on my website. People can link to it so they can learn more about you. And the website is ToggoUltrarock.com. There we go. I got it right.
Toggo with 2 G's.
Oh, yeah. And I urge everybody, like, you've got to just explore this artist. He is amazing. His story is amazing. And yeah, I am so, so thankful that you came on my show today. Yeah, exactly, right? No, it was great. I loved it. And when I read your story, like I read your story to everybody in my family, just so you know, because it just was like, what? Are you serious? But anyways, I'm looking so forward to the book because yeah, I'm definitely getting it. I'm also, every song that you have is just amazing. I'm urging everybody, the Ultrarock EP that's out, purchase the whole thing, not just, some of the songs, but definitely go watch the video for Cannonball. It is just, it's unbelievable. So Toggo, thank you very much, and I hope to hear from you again. I wish you all the success in the world, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Allie. Thanks for all the wonderful words.
You're welcome. And thank you for joining me on Allie's Attic. Keep checking my website because you never know what kind of surprises you'll find in my attic. Cheers.